This is Tom, and here's another KQ Morning Show rewind from Walzer Automotive Group, walzer.com.
The KQ Morning Show.
About time you got off your ass and came back to work. What are you doing?
I'm doing much more than I did before I had this little episode.
Would you get diarrhea?
What happened?
Wally.
Really? First of all, I want to say thank you to all the people over at North Memorial 7th Floor Rehab and Therapy, because I wouldn't be here right now if not for them. 2019 went out with a bang, let me tell you.
So this was a circumcision that went wrong?
You've had a couple of those.
Yeah, yes, I have. Yeah.
There's too much penis to deal with.
Yeah, that's right.
Trunk.
They didn't know where to start. They just said, it's going to take...
All this has to come off.
Yeah.
Oh, this has got to go.
Yes.
I'm not going to get all weepy and I'll let you tell your story, but I'm very glad to see you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Absolutely.
Not too many people really know what happens to a person that has a stroke, so maybe we can help. My particular thing might be a little bit different than other people. A lot of people that have had one said, what is it like to have one? Because they really don't know.
Right.
All they know is that they lose feeling in half their body and, they can't do anything there. And that was kind of the way it was for me. But through a lot of rehab, they make you work as hard as you can. The harder you work, the quicker generally you recover and the better you are. It really happened quickly. The rehab really helped.
So where were you when this happened?
I was at home.
Oh, okay, and do you just black out?
Well, you don't really, no, you don't black out, but all of a sudden, it's kind of weird because I was having a dream at the time.
Okay.
I was kind of,
Ooh.
But I was going to the bathroom, and all of a sudden I got up from the toilet, and it's like all of a sudden my left leg went out and I hit the floor.
Oh,
That's what
wow.
happened. I was conscious.
Sure.
At least in my dream, I thought I was conscious.
Right.
So that's kind of just too weird.
Do you remember the dream? What was happening in the dream?
Yeah, the dream, the plot of the dream was there was some people from the hospital. Mm-hmm. This is how the human mind sometimes, well, at least my mind works. People from the hospital that were coming to take me away into the cold January air.
Wow.
So anyhow, I wanted to just sleep and I wanted to stay warm, and these guys were going to come and take me out in the cold, and I didn't want to let them do it. So fortunately, they won because my neighbor looked in the patio window and said, "Hey, this guy's like laying on the floor and he can't move." So between the police and the medical personnel, they knocked open the door and got me, because who knows, when you have a stroke, the longer before there's any medical attention, you might be worse off, if you know what I mean. Well, anyhow, that's what happened.
Well, you sound good.
Yeah. You know what?
You do.
Well, actually, it's been said before that I'm enunciating better now than pre-stroke. I know you said that before. That's the problem, though. I mean, you never know. Each one is different. It's unique. Everyone, you never know how people are going to come out of these things. So that's where we're at, and we'll be ready to go here when I feel safe to come to work. It's not working. It's coming to work and back.
Right.
I got you.
Right.
Yep.
If you understand what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
The only problem I have is, how did you not know this was coming? It says right here, the signs are weakness and dumbness. How about? Oh, I'm sorry, it's numbness.
Hey, Tom, how about the bad habits part? Did that have any? I don't think so.
I don't think so. No bad habits here. Wally, I think you're doing a great service for people out there, because sometimes you will get somebody for some unknown reason that will have a stroke or have something happen to them, and they're kind of embarrassed to talk about it. I'm so proud of you coming and talking about this, telling people, no, you can get through this. Keep working. Keep busting your ass. Thanks to the people on the 7th floor. Sister Kenny does a great job. I think it's great that you're helping people out by being so open and honest about this.
Well, thanks, Tom. And the reason why I am is because it's more common than people think it is. I mean, a lot of people say, oh, boy, this is really rare. Hey, I'll tell you, they had new admittance every day there. It's not like they're running out of customers, okay? And the thing about strokes is they don't take holidays. I mean, they were taking people in like Christmas Day, okay? Things don't stop there. And because they have a really good program for, they're really known well for what they do to people once they get them in there. And so, they never have, it's like, oh, you're going home, we're going to miss you. It's like, don't worry, there's another person coming that's going to take my place real quick. So, yeah. Yeah.
Well, the only disappointing part for me is that basically I had heard on social media that I had fired you, and now I found out I didn't.
Actually, the real reason why I came here is because I wanted to clear, the way people think that aren't inside the radio thing. It's like usually about the holiday time, well, Wally's gone because he's in rehab, spin dry. And I'm going, really? I just want to let people know that you know what? They were closer this time. I was in rehab this time, but it wasn't it wasn't the typical booze thing.
So many great messages we're getting in the talk and text line. Dear KQRS Morning Show, I'm so happy Wally is doing much better. I had one heart attack. Now I've had 5 stints put in. Wally get much better. I'm so happy to hear Wally back on the air. Blaine from Ogilvie. You have a lot of fans out there, Walter Walker.
Well, I'll tell you what, way to go, Blaine, because from what I've heard, I mean, as bad as this is, as traumatic as this has been for me, Blaine's really overcome some things because they put a mathematical probability on recovery from, strokes. The chance that you survive a stroke is a lot higher than a heart attack. So what Blaine's done is amazing. But you may survive a stroke, but you're kind of scarred for a while, if you know what I mean. I mean, you can survive it, but believe me, it changes your life in a major way.
Is it painful?
It's painful getting dressed in the morning. Common things like putting your shirt on become tough.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's really what the difference is. But it's, better than being 6 feet under.
Wally, I think it's a huge thing what you're doing here, being very open and honest. You are going to return to KQRS, which I've been fighting. But
he said, well, Wally's going to make a full recovery. And Tom said, well, that's really good. But you know what? He had a stroke and he can still talk. Oh, damn it.
You're just kicking ass in that rehab department. So that's hard work, I imagine, isn't it, Wall?
Well, it's something I didn't think I had in me. But,
they'll pull it out of you.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, when you have a wife, bitching at you all the time, that kind of gets you motivated.
Oh,
so,
well.
That's the secret.
Her fault.
Yeah.
If you didn't get the help when you got it, how long could you have laid there before you'd pass away?
Well, I wouldn't pass away. I would just not get better.
Okay, I see. It just gets worse as you lay there.
I'd be even more of a vegetable than I am now. That's where I'd be, Dave.
See, Mordall's worried right now, you being in the studio. He thinks a stroke can be contagious.
I'm not touching him without a hanky on his shoulder.
I'm telling you, our listeners you people are phenomenal because this brings back a memory from about 30 years ago. They say when you have a heart attack, you taste copper. Okay. Well, you ask Wally Walker if it's true that when you have a stroke, it smells lemony.
Lemony?
So we're out on Wally Walker's birthday about 30 years ago. It's his birthday, and Hamilton comes out of the men's room, and he's got a urinal cake wrapped up in a napkin.
Nice yellow one.
He goes, here, Wally, we got this for you. He unwraps it and goes, lemony.
I didn't want to hurt the person that gave it to me. I didn't want to hurt their feeling. I'm going, God, I really wanted that urinal puck.
It was the greatest. The fact that our listeners remember that is so damn cool. God, that's wonderful. All right, Walker, get back home, get off your ass, get working. Do you have any idea, ballpark, when you might be back on middays here at KQ?
Not at the moment. Going to take it real, tip to baby steps, Tom. Baby steps.
Baby, but you are coming back.
We're getting there. We get there when I feel safe to be outside. Let's put it that way.
This is a true Wally Walker fan right here. Love you, Wall Dildo.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That is so sweet.
That's a true fan right there.
The KQ Morning Show. If you're not listening, you won't hear it.
This is Tom Bernard. You just heard another KQ Morning Show rewind from my guys at Walzer Automotive Group, walzer.com. Hear today's entire KQ Morning Show on demand at 92KQRS.com, the KQ mobile app, or on iTunes.